Right guys, here we are. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the start of Season 9, I think now. Season 9. Lots have gone on. We've got a new owner. We've got a little bit of money to spend. We have found it difficult in the transfer window, even though the money was there. And we have found it difficult, but there has been a big change in players. One massive out as well, which has helped with the money. And we've got a nice little tasty derby against Huddersfield Town. I think we've played 2 league games so far. We'll take a look at them as well. We'll go through transfers. We'll play the game. We'll have a look at the finances as well. But before we get into today's episode, make sure you smash that like button for me. If you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that sub button. And if you want to become a legend like these guys on the side here, links down in the description. That would be muchly appreciated. Right, let's get into it. Non-league to Premier League. We are York. Start of Season 9. Here we go.
I'm the chap with the red scarf on, going around singing we are York. We're City, play pretty, that is our style of football. How charming, just like the Minster, a pint of bitter and a slice from Ginster. Walking the walk, talking the talk, and singing we are York. Climbing up the old Division 4. If you score some...
Right, here we go. So, Chairman took over right at the end of, 22nd of June. We had there was someone else that was interested at the start of the year and it fell through. A local businessman, Adam Dyer. But the most noticeable thing was, I'll put up a screenshot now if I can. The most notable thing was actually that he gave us £17.5 million to spend. 17 million, look. It does go at 60% of the transfer revenue is made available until 32 million revenue. So it does have that little thing, which is a little bit annoying. I have seen this pop up a few times. I think I've actually got it in my Deportivo save as well, which is very annoying. So we'll just have to see how we get on with that over the course of the next couple of seasons. But at the moment, we've got £17.5 million. Now, I did find it extremely hard to spend the money. And I thought, maybe... Thinking about it, do we want to waste all this money in the summer? Well, we couldn't. It would have been pretty impossible to waste it, to be honest, without completely blowing it on rubbish. There's a lot of Spanish, Italian, German regions now coming into the game, and that way being able to pick up on scouting and stuff. We have missed out on a couple that I really wanted, but I've decided no, we're not going to go for it. We have made a big sale as well, which has helped. There's been a lot of transfers, some loanees in, obviously. Couple of freebies, couple of young players in, a really promising centre forward as well to really push Mistretta this year. He's actually starting ahead of Mistretta today. So we'll take a look at that. We'll go through the transfers. We'll do them one by one. We'll go the outs first. And the big one, Mark Theobald, my goalkeeper that we've developed, has gone to Wolves, who are in our division as well. He's gone as their number 2, 6.75 million, which I think for that is very good. Obviously, they want an English player in. I'm hoping that maybe in a couple of years we can get him back and he can be our backup for York City in the Premier League. That would be ideal. I don't think they're going to play him a great deal. They're still paying Premiership wages, and I've got Premier League standard players in there as well. So I'm quite surprised. I wasn't surprised offers came in, but maybe not as big as Wolves. I wasn't really expecting that, but we took the money and ran. Another one gone, Nathan Mars. Now, we got him in the summer on a free, and he didn't play that often. We were I think his whole strength and his stamina didn't really help him. His tackling, playing in a a 2-man midfield. So we decided to cash in, and we got 1 million up front. I think it can rise to 1.5 as well. So very happy with that for a guy who he maybe would have featured a little bit, but I thought the money was too good to turn down, really. So Nathan Mars has gone. Other noticeable out, Juan Hernandez has literally just gone over the last couple of days. We got an extra player in, and I thought we had about 5 centre-halves, and I thought there was no need for that. 3 very good seasons for us. He's only 22. He has gone to Udinese, but he's reached his, I would say he's reached his peak. He's a decent enough defender, but 13 to 15s. I've just decided to go down another route. As you can see, the centre-halves that I've brought in, 3 are better than him, even though 2 of them are on loan. They are better than him, and I just thought we'd trim the squad down a little bit instead of having an unhappy player. Cameron Harkins, he had so much potential for us at the start of the game. I was really hoping that we'd be able to get something out of him. But the loan spells that he's had, at Swindon he did okay, and then last season he only played 13 games in League 2. 170k, but another product we've managed to get out into another a League Two team, but it's money that we've made from him from a youth product. And then this guy who had a little bit of potential once again, but just didn't. It was every time he played, look, 6.5 now. He was absolute dog shit. Tackling 11, physical's not great for a midfielder. You know, we've got him as a deep line playmaker. He says he's his favourite, but steers a lot better. And we have picked up players in central midfield as well, so he was obviously going to be way down on the list. Emmanuel Samba's gone. He's gone on a free to Motherwell. 3 decent seasons with us. Scored plenty of goals. He's just not at the level. He is 26 now. We have brought another youngster in on the left-hand side. We've got Mahoney. I think the time was right to let him move on. Reece Townsend has gone to Calgary. Another player who's gone to a very good club, but heading 9, marking 13, tackling 15. He was very good because he could play against all across 3 positions, but he's been a bit in and out, especially the last 2 seasons. So we decided to not renew his contract. We didn't get any money for him, but we just decided not to renew his contract, and he went on a free. And then players released. Riyad Mahrez has retired for director of football. Andre Wisdom retired. We weren't going to offer him a new deal, but he proved to be a very, very good buy for us. Very good buy. What did he play? So like 4 seasons for us. Did very, very well. Retired at 34, which I think because we were releasing him, he then decided to hang up his boots. Charlie Oliver, superb player for a couple of clubs. I hopefully finds a club because he's been another decent servant for us. 55. I said the League Two, National League, League One players are now slowly starting to go out of the club. But he's had, look at his average ratings there. I just wanted him to find another club, to be honest. I didn't want to have him in the squad and not play him. We had Max Broughton, who's still with us on another year, so it made sense to let Charlie Oliver go. Ethan Galbraith is probably the most noticeable one. We just, I think we based it more on his physicals more than anything else. And once again, we need to find that new cycle of players. It's been very, very good for us over the years. We have got Steer in there. Glendon is still absolutely doing bits. We have made a couple of signings. We just thought Galbraith, it was maybe his time to let him go, not renew him on a new deal. Callum Ainley, superb player. This is what I mean about this game. This is the absolute bollocks of this game. Superb player. He's 5'8". He's done so well for us. Obviously, last year we did find it a little bit tougher in the Championship, but 3 very, very good seasons with us. He's been released at the end of the season and has not found a new club, and no one wants him, apparently. Abri Ferreira as well. I think Abri, mate, you're going to end up out of the game. So Abri was one of my patrons, managed to get a player in the game. Unfortunately for him, even though he was he looked like he was going to be one of our brightest prospects and has just not quite kicked on as well as we hoped. His finishing for a striker wasn't great. Work rate wasn't great. Pace was good, but we didn't see enough of him. And unfortunately, even though he'd be brilliant in a lower league team, no one's picked him up. And that's it, right? You want to see the ins, don't you? You want to see the ins. So we're going to do it from biggest fee of the summer. Now, this was a little bit of not so much of a panic buy. We needed an attacking central midfielder. This guy's he's played a lot of games for Hearts, not done too great. We've basically, we've panicked a little bit with this one. 1.2 million, which in terms of, because we had 80, like at one point we had about 20 odd million to spend, it made sense to get him in. He can play central midfield, vision 15, flair 15, composure 15, balance 15, physical's pretty good, first touch 15, dribbling 13, passing 14, technique 13. So a half well-rounded midfield player, can play anywhere down the middle in terms of the 2 midfielder roles. He is going to have to play as a central midfield attacking to start with, but if we ever go back to because we're playing 4-3-3 at the moment, if we ever go back to the 4-2-3-1, he would be ideal of slipping into the cam role as well. So he's the most expensive one we've done at 1.2 million. Next one in, Lutz Baum. Now this fee can rise up to around 1.9 million. It's based on a lot of other things. We pay him another 550k after 48 appearances. We pay him 400k after 30 league goals, and then they get 5% of the profit made from him if he goes. Now he is 18 years old. He's probably going to play second string, but Mahoney has picked up a bad injury in the League Cup, so he's going to get a little run in the side now. Valued already at 1.1 million, 18 years old, 6'3", that's what I liked. Physical's very good. Technical's not great, but I'm just hoping that injection of pace and power, and he obviously has got the opportunity to develop with us. We took a punt. We realised that we couldn't afford these players that are coming down from the Premier League still want 20, 30, 40 grand a week, and we can't quite do that yet. So we need to just have another season reinvesting and see if we can get up a couple of gems. He was available, and we've taken a punt. I was liking, because we lost Samba at 6'5". I thought we need to get another big winger in. 6'3", not as big, but awesome physicals for his age, and we hopefully can get them technicals improved with lots of game time this season. Next one in, I think an absolute bargain. 400 grand. 400 grand. He played in the Championship last year. Poor average rating, but 21 years old, 10 grand a week. We got him for 400 grand. 4-star, 5-star potential. Very good physicals, including pace, 6'2", heading 16, marking 14, tackling 14, bravery 18, teamwork 17. For a centre-half, boys, there is not much more you really want from a defender. I'm very happy, probably the best bit of business of the summer, I think. And he's 21. You know, he's got the opportunity to be with us for the next 5-6 years as we look to break in to the Premier League. Dean Moxey. Absolute bargain. 4.9 thousand pound. An absolute bargain. 6'3", potential 5-star. He's only 18 years old. It was like we haven't created many decent youngsters over the last 3 years. So I thought he was worth a punt. Passing 13, first touch 12. Decent mentals for his age. Very good physicals as well. So we've got him in. He's a backup. So once again, he's going to have to play. We're a little bit light. He's going to have to play some games at some point. But we just went on for, £4,900 is an absolute steal, I think. Teamwork 15. Decision 15, natural fitness is good. First touch, passing decent. We may get a little tune out of him, you never know. Right, the biggest free of the summer. It's cost us a lot of money. He's valued at 8.75 million. We've got him from West Ham. He had a decent season last year in the Championship with Huddersfield, who have been promoted, our opponents today. But what I liked about him, 6'1", decent work rate, composure for a striker good, finishing 12s not bad, heading 15, acceleration, agility, balance, pace, very, very good. 24 years old, we've got the possibility if he has a couple of really good seasons, hopefully someone takes us into the Premier League. We did need a little bit of backup with Mistretta, blowing hot and cold. We only had him as a striker, really as a central striker, and he has proven. He's coming late. He's literally coming really late, and his debut was the last league game that we played. So he's only played 2. Scored against Blackpool in the cup, thumping header. 6 goals in 6 games for Ireland as well. So he's got a bit of international pedigree. I'm excited about this. I don't know, something about him just makes me think he could just bang in a shit ton of goals for us this year. Sayem Altulak. First choice left back, only 5'5", but he's just had a bad injury. Coming first game of the season, done very, very well. Very well rounded. Gets forward, knocks Paul's past opponent. Look, so he's a little bit adventurous. I'm looking at getting him. Can he get sort of like 5, 6, 7 assists? Decent defending for a small guy, Heading not great, but first touch, marking, tackling technique, all pretty decent. We'll see how he gets on. He was a freebie. We've got a bit of potential to sell that on as well. If it doesn't work out over this season, we can soon get rid of him. I think loads of teams back in France will come back in for him. Russell Gardner, Arsenal boy, that we spoke about in last episode as well. He came in early. Back up right back, but, physical's very good. Mental's very good. 18 years old. We've got these players at a decent age. If he can just improve on his technicals, especially sort of like the crossing, the dribbling, just knock that up a couple more. We've got a decent right back there because his tackling's good, heading's good. He's not too small. Physicals and mentals very good as well. So he could be a really good player for us. We just need to make sure we give him that opportunity to play this season. Right, on to the loans. We've gone big. Goalkeeper, we struggled. There was nothing really on. We've let Manero go out on loan this year, the young Italian. And yeah, we're paying all of his wages because obviously the budget allows us to do that. No setup fee. An old FM sort of like legend. He was very good in the Blackburn days, as I can remember. I'm sure maybe around here, maybe 14, 15, he was a very, very goalkeeper. Gone to Brentford, then Burnley, then Arsenal is sort of like a backup. I think for a Championship goalkeeper, that is first class. Rushing out, reflex is still brilliant. Kicking, handling, he's good. He's good. I'm very happy with that. Considering getting him on a loan deal for free and letting Theobald go for 6.75 million, I think that's a good bit of business. Hopefully Maniero can do well on his loan spell and then come back and look and getting him in. You never know. We might be able to get Theobald back in a year's time, but that is definitely an upgrade in terms of the quality now. Jamie Chisholm, in on loan from Aston Villa, paying all of his wages. He can do a job at the moment. He's going to have to do a job out wide because we've had an injury out wide. He can also play as an advanced forward. 16 finishing. Quite small, but his acceleration stuff is pretty good. Determined, good work rate, good teamwork, and has started pretty well, as you can see. Liam Brown, he's actually third choice centre-half at the moment. So that's a reason why we've moved on Hernandez and Oliver. Heading 17, marking 13, tackling 12. He's quite small, but he's got very good physicals, very good mentals as well. 20 years old on loan from Fulham, who got promoted. They paid a lot of money for him from Southampton. He only played 5 games for him. I think that's maybe something we may be able to do price-wise in the summer if he has a half-decent season with us. Get him, we've got that money in the bank and we can start to, instead of getting loanies in after this season, now we've got the money, I really want to start making some deals permanent rather than just relying on loans. But they weren't willing to sell at the time. They wanted about 14 million for him. Dominic Silva's then back, right back. We're very happy with that. We had him last year, had a very good season for us. Hopefully he can have a improved one this year. Jason Reed, he's back as well. Star centre-half from Manchester United. They still rate him and really want to get him in, and we may pay a decent amount of money to get the boy in. And last one, for his third consecutive season, Nili Svan is back. Third loan spell. He's made a decent start to the season as well, which is good. He improved as the season went on last year, so hopefully we want to see better numbers this year. We want to see better numbers from him. Right. And that is it. That is a lot. So we've sold 8.25, only paid 2.6. We've started the season pretty well. We had a very decent pre-season, just losing to Newcastle. We then had a very, very good win, beating Millwall at the start of the season, 3-0 at home. Glendon. What a guy. What a guy. Still doing bits, isn't he? 32 years old. Chisholm scored a penalty then, Nili Svan. And then we had a really disappointing, well, not disappointing, we played really, really well. They're at Brian Clough Park. Nottingham Forest just come down for the Premier League and we got beat 1-0 in front of 37,000. And then we've just played Blackpool in the Cup. They scored 2 set pieces. We had a couple of missed chances. A couple of injuries in the game as well that sort of like disrupted our tempo a little bit. But we've managed to get through on pens. And that leaves us today, just one game today. It is Huddersfield Town. We have drawn West Ham in the next round of the League Cup, but we're not too bothered about that. That'll be the opportunity to play some of the players that we spoke about, giving them to game time to keep them happy. So, I think that is everything. Tactic-wise today, there's a couple of players struggling. Obviously, Mahoney, we've lost Mahoney out. He's done his calf. He was playing as an inverted wing. We are going to put Baum in, but we're going to play him as a winger, as a natural winger on that side. Nili Svan says he's fit, so I am going to play Nili Svan, and we're going to try just 2 wingers. Smith's going to come in and make his debut. His first start. He's just had a couple of sub appearances because we did sign him pretty late in the summer. And I think that's about us. We still got obviously players like Nathan Dyer, Luke Thomas. He's started every game this year, but we've moved him out now. We were hoping for bigger and better in there. There was just nothing. There was players, but just without spending sort of like £7 or £8 million and paying 30 grand a week. We have got a bid in for Roland Janssen. Can play as an advanced forward, but we're looking at him potentially going out as a left winger or a right winger. PSV have put a bid in for him. Surplus to requirements. Very fast, Mentals could be improved, but obviously aggression. First touch, 16. We just thought we'd have a little cheeky punt on him. If it doesn't work out, I'm pretty sure I can get him sold off to another club. But I just thought we need to start trying to get some European talent. And I thought this was the better way to go. Transfer list is just full of players along this way. So I just saw PSV put in a bid in. We've gone for it, and we'll just see. We'll just see. Right. I think we are ready to rock and roll. We're just going to put Stuart Warren on the bench because Siam has missed the whole of pre-season as well, so we need to be a little bit careful with him. You could do advanced playmaker, and do we change that? Who else can be Roman rate playmaker? Anybody? Spence can do it a little bit. I think before the transfer window closes, I think we will look at bringing in another player, I think, in there. I think that's important. We have lost Galbraith. There's not really much. We're relying on Moxie to come in and do a job. Luke Thomas can do bits, but he's just a workhorse. He's nothing technical. So we probably need to maybe look at... What I will do is try and look at someone who's better, who needs to be better than Spencer Steer, to be honest. Because even though he does quite well, we can't go much weaker than him, can we? Because otherwise he's not going to be championship quality. Right, anyway, let's get into the bloody game. Oh, we can't. We've got too many players. Too many low knees. Right, here we go. Huddersfield. Promoted last year from League One. We've got Nigel Adkins in charge. Right, 24 minutes. We've not had a bloody highlight. We have got the opportunity to go 4-2-4 as well if we need to, or 4-2-3-1 and go down those routes a little bit. Silver, Steer, out to Baum, the youngster, the young winger. Can his first start? Right, we've lost possession. Can we get the ball back? Can we get it back? Yes. Reed steps in brilliantly. Steer just knocks it onto Smith. Steer. Altkulak. Bloody hell. Shouldn't have bought him. Should have just based on his name. Silver. Bond's there. He's hit the bar. He has got that 6'3", that big frame at the back stick. We're unlucky. We're unlucky not to take the lead. Right, Glendon. Oh, is that the post? No, good save from the goalkeeper. Glendon corner. Come on. Oh, is there Svan's there? It's a big chance. Big chance. Svan's injured. Fuck me. Right, Chisholm out on the right-hand side. Right, they've got their first attempt, really. And Raya does well. Punches it away for a corner. Right, we go just before half-time. Can we get our noses in front? See, this is what we want here. That. Don't like that. Coming too deep. Once again, look, he's following the same runs as him, look. So we need him further up the park, don't we? We need him in here. And I think if I play him on a roaming playmaker as well, he's going to naturally drop in a little bit. So I think we need to keep him on centre mid attack so he gets further up the pitch. And I imagine that'll stop him dropping in too deep. Oh, goalkeeper's mistake. Oh, goalkeeper's kind of recovered from that. That was a chance, Glendon. Right. So he has advanced playmaker attack. I'm just thinking if we go central midfield attack, it might just stop him coming in. Right, start of the second half. So we've moved Smith up to a centre mid attack. So that should hopefully see him. Look, he's already getting a little bit further forward. Good tackle from Silva. Odubeko. Go on, lad. Go on, lad. Oh, his Baum's there. God, if he could head it. The Ginger King. One. Goal kick. Chisholm's going to get it down. Here he goes. The loanee from Aston Villa. We've got bodies getting in the box. Help him out. Bond's there. He's finally done it. Third attempt. Two youngsters combined. The substitute on the right, Chisholm, across to the other winger, Baum. And it is 1-0. We've deserved that. We've created lots of chances. I'm happy with Smith now. It looks like he's not getting involved in that sort of like early phase of the attack. Right, Glendon. Good whippage. Chisholm's there himself. Is it going in? No, it's not. It ricocheted around. I think Odubeka was in there as well. Right, they've gone long. Highlight continuing. Can we defend it? No, we haven't. That is fucking shambles. And we've managed to save our skin. I think that was the left buck. Altkulak. Right, Glendon. Abdubeka's there. He's still there. He's still there. He's still there. He just stood and kept getting kicked. Right, Steer. Sweeps it out to Chisholm. Nice nod across. Back to Chisholm. Get in. What a strike, son. What a strike that is. I think he scored a brilliant goal in pre-season. Something very similar to this. Chest, touch, and wallop. There we go. 2-0. His third of the season. I'm just going to pause it. Spencer's been poor. How does Smith? Smith can do that very well, look. So this could be an option, look, like we've got like something like this. Mistretta. Presser. Something like that. Maybe not the best time to put 2 up when we're winning the game, but we'll see. We'll see. It might be something that we look at over the next couple of weeks. Where it says we do want to keep Mistretta and develop him. Right, they've gone long again. Smith has missed out the header. Ramadan. Silver's headed well, and we're going to break again here. Chisholm. He's had a brilliant half over that side, hasn't he, coming on for Svan. Svan may find it hard to get back in the side, even though Chisholm is actually a centre forward. But he's been class on that right-hand side. Right, they've got a corner. Oh, Ray has made a great save, and I thought we were just going to end up shambolic defending and end up conceding there. We managed to survive just. But we need to sort our shit out a little bit. Right, last sub. Oh shit, we haven't got much. Plenty of defenders. Just put Thomas out on that left-hand side. He doesn't like it. He is left-footed though. Just because Baum's fitness as a youngster isn't great. Right, Ray has gone long. I'm going to chase that Chisholm. They've like completely stopped. Chisholm's still got it. He's been tackled, but he's cut in and hit the rebound with his left foot this time. Absolutely flying, this guy. 4th of the season already. They're all over the place. I think there was a tackle. Yeah, good tackle, but then he managed to bobble back to him, and he absolutely fizzed it into the corner. Glendon, we're going to get another. Oh, the goalkeeper's missed it. Oh, this is going to be hard. Adubeko has got himself a goal. I don't even... Ademipo Adubeko. That's a beauty of a name. But he's put it in, looks like with his chest, but we'll take that. So we've had really good starts in the league, really. The 3-0 Millwall, 4-0 here. The 1-0 defeat at Nottingham Forest, but with there, we'll go through the budgets and the league spend in a minute. What I might do is really go with this 4-2-4. Smith's got his first goal as well. It's 5-0. Get in. And then when we're just starting to struggle a little bit, then just maybe drop it back. Maybe for some big games away from home, go 4-3-3 instead of 4-2-4. We are on positive and not attacking as well, so maybe it's not as quite gung-ho as what we've done, but we've had 33 attempts, boys. 33 attempts, and looks like another highlight. Glendon. Chisholm. Oh, he's on a hat-trick. Oh, lovely touch to Silver. Mistretta's there, and he's not put it away. I think it was a good tackle. It was a good tackle. Glendon again. Thomas. But there we go, boys. 5-0. We are the kings of Yorkshire. So there we go, boys. We are up to 4th. Decent start. There's a couple of teams. Rotherham have played too, but there is some big boys. Look at the teams in there. So who did we have come down? Who do we have come down? I can't think now. Let's have a little look. Obviously, Wolves. Reading went up out of our division. Birmingham and someone else. Fulham. And then came down. Wolves, oh yes, of course, Forest and Swansea. So big clubs. You know, they've had some big transfers as well. If we just go on to, where would it be? Oh, it'd be down here. Wolves has ended up selling 62 million. I think they've got Villas-Boas in charge. They have. 21 in, 114 out. Shit the bed. That was it. Mason Greenwood. They had Mason Greenwood and they've lost him to Arsenal. They paid £66 million for him, boys. Bloody hell. He's gone to Arsenal. They've got Koulibaly and look. Fuck me. 30. Look at him at 36. Lopez as well, keeper. Emre Can. Marcus Berg? Oh no. I'm sure there used to be a Swedish striker called Marcus Berg. Shalaba. Obviously Mark Theobald. Is he playing? Is he number 2? Is he playing as a number 2? Yeah, he's number 2. And then salary, let me just knock me off so you can. Salary, there we go. We're still bottom, look, way bottom. We've obviously gone up a fair bit. I think we've gone up about 2 million, but we're still way bottom. You know, Sheffield Wednesday in 19th. And nearly, no, they aren't. I suppose they aren't. Rotherham in 18th, a double of us. But we've said we've got that kitty if we need to spend it. I just don't really want to have to spend it. You know, that just say we get promoted either this season or next season and we don't go into that a great deal. Then it'll be money that we can use in the Premier League. And the board, little bit scared because obviously new owners come in. They've obviously seen how well we've done this year and stuff. My job is very secure, but they want mid-table, which should be fine. But, you know, we're not a mid-table club, are we? Based on the wages and stuff, we're not a mid-table club. Continue to be established, so they're not expecting anything yet, but I'm pretty sure if it was still Jason. Gutted to see Jason McGill go, the old chairman. Always has given me good grades and never asked a great deal from me, to be honest. So, yeah, there we go. Right, a bit of a long one, I think. What are we on? Yeah, I'm on 39 minutes. There will be a lot of editing going into this one with the transfers and stuff, but hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments which players seem to be a good bit of business. Did I make the right decision and not spend all of it and make a huge squad of players and really go for it this season? I think we've got the quality just to get into the playoffs this year. I think that's going to be the aim. But if we're around mid-table, sort of like top 10, I think I would be happy with that. But just at the moment, we seem to have started really well. Fingers crossed we can push on. Right, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that kind of thing. Plenty more content coming on the channel. So York City is now Mondays and Thursdays for you, with the Deportivo now coming in on a Sunday. So thank you very much, guys. See you later.
I'm the chap with the red scarf on, going around singing we are York. We're City, play pretty, that is our style of football. How charming, just like the Minster, a pint of bitter and a slice from Ginster. Walking the walk, talking the talk, and singing we are York. Climbing up the old Division 4.